This is my quick, spoiler-free movie suggestion. A Quiet Place is a 2018 post-apocalyptic science fiction horror film directed by John Krasinski, or Jim from The Office. The plot revolves around a married couple, Jim, or Krasinski, and his real wife, Emily Blunt, and their children as they try to survive in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by extraterrestrial creatures who cannot see but have incredible hearing. If you make the slightest noise, they will destroy you. They don't play around. You will be killed, so it's important to remain silent. I will name some reasons you may love it or hate it, depending on your type of personality, frankly. So I'm about to mention just a couple things which may be considered spoilers, although it's learned near the beginning of the film, so you may want to skip ahead about 30 seconds. Their youngest son is attacked by one of the creatures after the boy puts in batteries in a toy his sister gave him and is killed. This happens very early on, but it kind of makes a good impression about what the rest of the film's going to be like. Oh, also, in the next scene, we skip ahead a little bit, and the wife is pregnant. So that's a smart move right there. This family has to survive with these creatures nearby, so they must not make any noise whatsoever. The kids play a board game made out of like little felt and little soft little trinkets that won't make any click click noise on the board, and it's just all very tense throughout the film, to be honest. Now, what makes it harder is the fact that this small family has a deaf daughter, making her feel like they don't allow her to have enough freedom or that they don't trust her enough, where she doesn't feel like a liability. She feels like, I can do things on my own, but you're not allowing me to. I will also say very quickly that I'm glad they hired an actual deaf girl, not just because it makes it more realistic, because she's a really good actress. Now, I think you'll love it if you love creature films. These guys are fast and vicious. One swipe and you're out. If you love horror, with a constant fear of being ended by supersonic hearing death metal creatures, you're always on edge. Even the silence is stressful and deafening. Your adrenaline will take off even when no one can move a muscle, which is pretty good in a horror film if you ask me. If you love thrillers, while this is definitely within the horror genre, this is more of a thriller to me. It's very suspenseful and eerie. If you love alien films, because they are extraterrestrials after all. Now, I think you may hate it or just dislike it if you like to analyze the characters' actions. I mean, we all do it. We try to figure out the people's motives, think about what we would do in the situation, but sometimes their decisions don't make much sense, like allowing a little kid to trail behind on an outing in a world full of dangerous monsters. I had to question a few things, like in the beginning we see the desolate town run down with no other people around except for the small family, and we see a wall full of missing posters, which indicates that the deadly creatures were nearby in this town, and yet they could manufacture the posters without being attacked by the aliens. But honestly, it's really a fun movie with incredibly intense scenes. Like every time I watch this movie, I stay still and quiet during the scenes when the creatures are nearby, like as if I can't make any noise either. It's tense throughout, I promise you. And the creatures were unique and scary at the time, although this film has spawned a lot of, I don't want to say copycat movies, but a lot of very similar movies after the success of A Quiet Place. While it is horror at heart, there's also drama, suspense, romance, but don't worry, there's not too much of that.
Better late than...
Blanche! Pregnant!
And it's just an all-around good film. So I suggest you watch A Quiet Place. Please let me know what you thought of this film. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. Bye.